for those that struggle with conics, I always suggest draw the picture because it will really help. Like a visual, it'll just help. Okay? So I'm going to draw that. Now, some of you guys don't need the picture. You can do all this stuff without the picture. But I'm going to draw it because it kind of helps with a few things. Okay, the foci is at plus or minus the square root of 8. Now, do you guys approximately know what the square root of 8 is? I mean, this is like what I do in my head. I go, okay, square root of 8 is between, let's go. It is less than the square root of 9, and it's greater than the square root of 4. Why did you pick square root of 4, square root of 9? Because those are easy. This is 2 and this is 3, right? So it's between 2 and 3, which I think some of you guys said. And so I'm going to put between 2 and 3 a point right here. It says HK is at the origin. Okay, that's your HK. And this is a focus. That's a focus. And this is a focus. Okay. Now what about the co-vertices?
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah, I have answers.
How do you know it's on the x-axis?
The x-axis?
Yeah.
The co-vertices?
No, the foci.
The foci because the x is the square root of 8, and the y is 0, and that's these points. That would make sense, right? So I'm taking the time, and this is hard for people to do. You got to take time and draw more stuff to understand this. Now, what about the square root of 10? Where is square root of 10 approximately between? It's approximately between the square root of 16 and the square root of 9, so 3 and 4, right? Right? Yeah, okay, everybody's with me? Okay, so we're going to put between 3 and 4, that's right here, and right here. Those are your co-vertices. And so that means we have vertice like somewhere out here and somewhere out here, so we can have this guy, right? We don't know exactly where it is, but we know it's going to look like this. Well, that's not bad. I messed up right here, but that's a pretty good ellipse. Okay, so it wants us to write an equation. So I drew a picture just to help with visual. Now we have our template. Our template looks like this. Plus, and we'll put minuses right here, and then this equals 1. That's our template for an ellipse. Okay, we need to know, now, is the a squared going to go underneath the x or the y? Now, you should be able to tell me because you can see the picture. Is this a horizontal or is this a vertical ellipse? Is it a hori or a verti? Or verti. And you guys said hori. That's good. It's a hori because the vertices are going to be left and right. Okay, they're on the horizontal axis. All right. So that means a squared goes here and b squared goes here. That's because the a squared goes under whatever this one is. And because it's a horizontal, it's a hori, we put it underneath the x. All right. And now we need to know the h and the k also. Remember, h always gets subtracted from the x, and the k always gets subtracted from the y. Now, this problem is extremely easy. Why? Because the hk are zeros. So I can just scribble those out. We don't need those anymore. Okay, now what about our a and our b? Now, one of these is really easy to find because they pretty much give it to you. And that's going to be your b squared because they give you this distance right here. You guys know what this distance is right here? It's square root of 10, right? Simple, right? Super simple. So what would b squared be? You're right. Because if you took square root of 10 and you squared it, they would cancel each other out. You'd be left with 10. And so we know that this is 10. Hey, we only need one more number. We only need the a squared and we're done. How are we going to find the a squared? Well, we do know what the c squared is. What's our c squared? What is c? C is the distance right here. What is that? What is this distance? 8. Square root of what? Square root of? 8. Now, if you said like 3 point or 2 point something, good job. That is square root of 8. But what would c squared be? It would be 8. It's kind of the same thing as this guy over here, right? Okay, so that's 8. Okay, now we have our, remember that formula? A squared minus b squared equals c squared? That's how those letters relate to each other. And so we have a squared. We don't know what a squared is. We do know what b squared is. It's 8. We do know, no, that's not 8. It's 10. And our c squared is 8. So what is a squared equal to? Don't, look, guys, quiet. I can't hear you. Just one at a time. 18. Very good. It's 18. So I put 18 right here. And we're done. Yay.